Hello, welcome to Boiler Breakdown. If you prefer your videos without the chatting, please see the other playlist. This boiler was delivered to me last week. I'll break it down today. Let's get rid of all these wires first. That's the earth, that can come out. Of course, always plastic. It'll be a lot easier to get to the bits without these bars on it. That's the first bit of copper. Little brass ring on it as well. Now that was tight. It did partially flood my kitchen. It still contained quite a bit of water. I had to use my kitchen because my little micro workshop, there just isn't enough room for it. If in doubt, yank it out. Nice bit of aluminium there. Once I got all the rubbish off it, that is. Bit of rubber for the recycling. Now that funny clip there, that took me a while to figure this out. But you have to turn it and then you can release it. And the whole lot will lift off now. This is my workshop. Basically what you can see is my workshop. I can quite easily touch all four walls without moving. But it's better than nothing. It's somewhere I can do these dirtier jobs. Steel, no good. A tiny bit of brass. And that little bit of brass, that didn't come out. Now this is a capacitor. Inside there should be lots of paper thin aluminium. But when I took the top off, I had a look what was inside, and I didn't want to get covered in whatever it was, just in case it's a bit nasty. So that can go back to the scrappy. I think that noise in the background was the fridge. It'll be a lot easier without these sides on. Still more to go. Right, now I can get to it. Clear up some of this mess. And there was a lot of it as well. And water. That's a nice bit of alley. I'll have to chop it up somewhat before I can melt it there. It's a good bit. I have absolutely no idea how these bits work. This is where the gas actually gets burnt. And as for that bit, and that coil is quite springy. So I have absolutely no idea. You know, get these pipes out. More great lumps of plastic. I think this metal is cast iron. That's no good to me at all. No, I bet you all thought that I was going to unscrew that big old bolt. Cat's having a nose. He always does. I have absolutely no idea what that bit is either. Now that's the best bit. That's a motor. Copper on the inside, alloy on the outside. And of course a huge lump of plastic. And if they'd make them out of aluminium as well, that would be nice. Now this big old capacitor here, you can see it's full of that waxy resin stuff. I'm not even going to bother. Now I'm going to have to take that outside and cut that open. Now we're getting to the good alley. I can get into it, that is. Marvellous. I'm probably wrong, but I'm guessing that that is an intake fan. Can't see any gold fingers. There you go, nice, well I would say nice little bit, but it's just a very tiny little bit of copper inside that one. And this will definitely need chopping up. Now it's got a metal band going around the outside, some sort of iron. So cutting through it would be an absolute pain to get those coils out. I'll just do it by hand. Use the clippers. It's very, very fine wire. clippers will cut through that all right. That's the first one done. And there you go. It really does go everywhere. I'm still finding that. And it's 4 days later. Don't want this plastic in there. It weighs slightly more than nothing. That's the total copper. If in doubt, use the angle grinder. I'll remove the plastic bits first, and I'll pop it back down. This is the heatsink. I have absolutely no idea what metal this is. I'm pretty sure it's a mixture. It's got this ever so slight coppery look to it. And looking it up on the internet, it's they do tend to use a mixture of metals. There you go. That's the results. And I shall punch those out later. It's not a bad bit of copper, but a lot of that is going to be lost. And in the bottom of that is some bits and pieces from previous melts, you know, some dross. And that's the bit. Right, we're up on the plot. It's time to do a bit of work. As you can see, my compost heap number 3 is just bone dry. We've hardly had any rain. There's been a hose pipe ban. It's just not rotting down, so I'm hoping there's something good underneath. So I should dump all this dry stuff onto compost heap number 2 and then rebuild it, because the hose pipe ban's been lifted now. But it's certainly not up to Monty Don's standards. It'll do for what I need. I'm just going to use it as a mulch. As you can see, I've laid down grass as well. But run out of grass. So it'll have to be just compost. But on the other bits, it's grass, compost, almost paper shreddings, and if I have some, I'll chuck some more grass on as well. Depends if anybody brings some up. As you can see, I've started to pile up number 3 with the dry stuff that I pulled off, plus the dry stuff from number 2. What I'll do, I'll just chuck a load on. It's still bone dry, and then I'll just give it a sprinkle with the hose. Because compost heaps don't work if they're dry. This is compost heap number 2. It's got some fairly good stuff at the bottom. Oh, we got a visitor. Little Dudley dog. Absolute mad thing. Absolutely is. Lovely but mad. Well, the passion fruits have done really well this year. I think it's year 3 for them. And they've really come on well. And I think they're quite tasty. Although the internet says that they're not. Must remove that pith, that's gross. Those noises you can hear are the wind. Speak of the devil. My neighbour gave me a nice big bag of clippings. When you're making compost, a lot of places say do it in layers. You you know, a layer of straw, a layer of grass, and a layer of this and a layer of that. It's really not the best way. If you really want to do it in layers, make sure you mix them up when you put them on the heat. So mix layer 2 up with number 1, layer 3 up with number 2 and number 1. Because if you put a thick layer of grass on it, it'll just be like putting a thick layer of polythene halfway in your compost heap. It won't let any water through, it won't rot down, it'll just make a slimy, impenetrable mess. Plant at the front's gooseberry are giving out severe pruning. I've got about 6 foot across. So that's the work done for the day. Look at that glove burn. The tomatoes are still coming along well. The one on the left there's got a bit of blossom end rot. That's bad watering. First pour of the day. Same pour in slow motion, slightly slowed. That's the neighbours hammering. I think they're making a new shed. I really do need a new little tub. That one's got a hole in it. Kept having to fill it up every time I used it. That means I'll have to eat more chocolate. The things I do for you. Gotta heat that spoon. You see it looks lovely and red there. As soon as you take the dross off, because it's so reflective, it just reflects the sky. But it's still red hot. It'll stay red hot for ages. I thought I'd do this shot just to be unusual. So I've never seen anybody show a rear shot of the metal being poured. It's not exactly an exciting view, but it's different. And there's a lot of people doing this game, so being different is quite difficult. Especially break something down, melt it, make bars. But I will be casting soon. And I'm really looking forward to that. I missed dinner. It's halfway through the afternoon, so I need something. Booby cakes, my favourite. just the one though. Gotta watch my figure. I just looked over the big wall and there's Mr. Fox. You probably can't see me. I'm on full zoom. Now I've got to take this easy, very gently, very carefully, because this is so easy to overspill. Just a little bit, slow down the playback, just a little bit more, just a little drop, that's all we need. And that's enough. And that's twice enough. And that's that metal hissing with the water in the bricks and ground. Let's have another go. I better practice. Let's get this one right. Nice and gentle. This one will work. Yeah, right. Poor old sunflower. Won't be long before the squirrels and birds start eating all those seeds. There's more in dross than there is in the moulds. This is another rubbish shot. It looks like I'm missing the mould altogether, but no, it's going into the little one. Let's do a fizz. Just about enough water in there, I think. That's the grand total for the aluminium in the boiler. Now I'm going to start working on this copper. Yeah, that didn't work. I'll tap on a brick, but I don't want to break the brick. It is quite surprising how strong copper pipe is. In a long length it's not too bad, but this short stuff is really awkward to bend. Just about move that. This is my favourite part. Wobbly camera time. I do like this. And there you go. Easy as that. Those bricks aren't straight. Thank you. Right, first copper pull. And it froze. I spent so much time skimming that it just cooled down too much, so I'll just chuck that little bit straight back in. I harvested the butternut squashes. I had 3 outside and 2 inside the greenhouse. They didn't get enough water in the greenhouse, but the outside ones did pretty good. Now I'm going to stamp all of these ones CA, cast aluminium. Now aluminium that's cast normally contains silicon, help it take the shape of the casting. But the greenhouse one, that would contain something like zinc to keep it looking cleaner and shinier for longer. There's the copper bar. Got there in the end. Pretty dirty looking thing. But it'll polish it up. I'm sure. Bit of a cool day, but bright. The sun's going down, so it won't be long before it's too dark to play. This is a bit of greenhouse aluminium. I made a few bars today. Still plenty of greenhouse left though. And I've got another one waiting, so I need to pull my finger out a bit. It can be so quiet down there. It's heavenly. It's the schools, greenhouse on the left and boiler on the right. Let's do all the way in. That's nearly a kilo, that's not bad. And this is what I got from the greenhouse. This isn't a complete greenhouse, this is just a portion of it. Thank you for watching. If you like the videos, please subscribe.